my name is the Lego Kid 2003, and today we're playing Honkai Star Rail. In the last episode, we wrapped up the 4.0 story. So today we're going to be going into 4.1. I will say that I'm currently in the middle of doing Currency Wars, so I will quickly duck out of that. So you can get this party started. Okay. There we go. Let's just quickly duck out of this. Wait for now. And then we can start the story. Hopefully. Otherwise, that would be very sad if we can't start the story, because the new update is coming, like, I think next week. So if we can't just get the story taken care of, at least somewhat taken care of today, then that puts us in a bit of a bad spot. And we run the risk of being behind again. I highly doubt we'll get as behind as we were when we were first starting the game ever again, but I would like to not be too behind. Okay, there we go. As you can see, I once again did not prepare, because I still have to go in, turn on the audio. There we go. And I don't know if I stated it last week or not, but I don't really plan on wishing for in the upcoming version for Star Rail. Because while I do like Evanescia and Silverwolf, we're getting Elation Trailblazer, so I'm not really super focused on Elation units right now. And also I want to go back to saving for Refining. Because I missed out on both of his banners. Because, for those who don't remember, in the debut banner for Finan, I had to take a break from Star Rail because one of the quests got too emotional for me to handle. Because it was covering the subject of loss, and I talked about how I almost lost one of my parents during the pandemic. So I had to take a break there, and then I ended up running out of time because I forgot to go back to it. And then during Finan's rerun, I lost the 50-50 to Yancheng. So that was great. Anyways.
Why don't those people in the Go Home Club?
Shortly after the fiasco came to an end.
Miss March, please, look straight into my eyes. Just like that. Perfect. Now, I'll need you to repeat these next few lines after me, and do so in the same tone of voice.
Okay.
Okay.
The sky is blue, not a dazzling display of sparks.
The sky is blue, not a dazzling display of sparks.
Though dazzling sparks may light up the night sky, they can never outshine the eternal silence of stars.
Are you kidding? That's one sentence? Okay, though dazzling sparks may light up the night sky, they can never outshine the eternal silence of stars?
Very good.
Very good.
The internet is both an umbilical cord and a waste duct for the mind, through which humanity's thirst for elation gave birth to the twisted Sparxie.
Whoa there! That's a bit much. Maybe he can be the one to say it?
I'm just over here minding my business. What are y'all up to?
These are the test sentences I improvised according to the guidelines from the Human and Intellitron Emotional Baseline Test.
Okay. That explains what you're doing.
I carefully observe the subject's micro-expressions and tone changes at the moment they say the name Sparxie, to check if they are infected by a mimetic virus.
Good call.
So, I passed the test, right?
Given how fascinating your reaction was, I clearly don't need to worry about you. Should you find yourself experiencing any live stream addiction withdrawal symptoms later, feel free to contact the Department of Aberration Defense staff. We'll provide you with a series of corrective behavioral treatments.
You're handling this like a real pro, Miss Kuchiba. Has this kind of thing happened before?
She just says nope.
It's impossible to predict what will happen during the Phantasmine Games. Once, a supplicant reversed the definitions of truth and lies, which nearly caused massive civil unrest.
Oh my. That is incredibly not good.
After that incident, we incorporated mimetic treatment into the Department of Aberration Defense's emergency safety protocols. Sparxie Khan didn't cause any casualties this time. But if your partner hadn't stopped Sparxie from spreading the virus, she might have turned into a calamity-level aberration.
Calamity level? Just how dangerous is that?
Without proper containment measures, a calamity-level aberration can destroy dozens of cities as it spreads. That's the scale we're talking about.
Oh. Okay, what level of aberration am I?
You? An aberration? What are you talking about? Though, I gotta say, you do look pretty weird with that mask on.
Hey now.
Don't tell me you're a Cosmicon collective player. The Department of Aberration Defense's hazard ratings are nothing like the power ratings in some card game.
So what if I do play Cosmicon Collective?
Right then, that's all for the required checkup. If you're interested in aberration calamity threat levels and how they're classified, you might want to take a look at this document. However, do bear in mind that causing damage of the aforementioned scale during the Phantasmine Games will cause you to be classified as an aberration and dealt with accordingly.
Okay. Can be subdued by civilian ghost-busting squads. I see what you did there, however. Fiend level. Mass casualty. Jeez. It just goes from 0 to hero. Like 0 to 100 very quick. Calamity, which is where Sparxie is, a severe threat capable of causing casualties in the hundreds or more. If left unchecked, they could lead to the destruction of major cities and Arcadia's core regions. The Herald of Death falls into this category, as well as Sparxie. In the Phantasmine Games, the upper limit of destruction caused by supplicants going out of control also falls roughly within this range. Cataclysm level, catastrophic threat capable of crippling an entire continent, causing mass casualties and environmental upheaval. Reality warping abilities manifest. Apocalypse level, a level of threat capable of causing civilizational collapse or even the extinction of humanity. Their very existence is a great catastrophe.
Before I leave, there's one more thing I need to tell you. Remember Lyndon Scott? The man who served as your tour guide. He was murdered.
Oh yeah, that's something else that we learned. that happened last episode. Linda
What?
is no more. Who did this time?
Though, given how he's behaved, he's definitely rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. But I doubt any of it was serious enough to get him killed. Right?
Oh, seems like you are quite familiar with him.
You don't
Cold
suspect us,
blood.
do you? I wouldn't exactly call Scott a friend, but we'd never do anything like that to him.
Easy there, young lady. I haven't even started asking questions yet.
Yeah, kind of looking a little
There's no way the
suspicious.
renowned heroes of the Express would harm some lowly IPC employee simply because they had a problem with him. And more importantly, both of you have solid alibis.
I mean, yeah, we were both stopping Sparxie.
The initial results of our investigation suggest his murder might be connected to the Phantasmoon games. I'm informing you both of this to warn you to be extremely careful. The Phantasmoon games are far from a simple game intended for passing the time or relaxation. Anyway, I wish you success. Farewell.
Scott. Could he actually... I just can't believe it. But it was Miss Kuchiba who told us, so... it must be true. So, the Phantasmoon games. Pretty frightening, huh? What's your take? Yeah. Even though Scott pops up now and then to give us a bit of trouble, I still feel bad about him dying so suddenly during the Phantasmoon games like this. And without even knowing why.
If the killer is here for the Phantasmoon games, they might become our enemy soon.
The Phantasmoon games.
You're way too young to sigh like that.
Good thing Himeko entrusted this mission to the two of us. Who would have imagined that the Great March herself would be stopped at the doorstep in the very first round? Forget it. I'm not like you. I was never hero material to begin with. Normally my hands can't even keep up with my brain when I play video games. You're definitely the right person
That
for
is
the
such a mood.
Phantasmoon games. It's just such a shame. We finally get a chance to vacation in Himeko's hometown. And I thought we'd make some happy memories together. But...
You know what? I'll work hard for the both of us. You know?
I'll triumph in the Phantasmoon games in your stead.
Alright. But, look. Don't push yourself too hard, okay, you? Remember that we've got your back. Oh, right. Where are Himeko and Mr. Yang? must be getting examined and interrogated too, right? Why don't you send Mr. Yang a message?
Mr. Yang, where are you? Oh, I just heard the thumpy
Mr.
thumps
Yang said he wants
upstairs.
to hear what happened between Himiko and her dad.
Right.
I can't blame him for being curious. I really want to know too.
Oh yeah, I forgot to say this will probably only be live for like an hour, hour and a half or so, because I'm still a little bit low energy, so I'm still like slowly getting back into streaming after everything that's happened. But within the next couple of weeks, I should be back to playing Star for like 2-3 hours. As well.
You're here. Himiko hasn't mentioned her father at all in the time since I boarded. So, what is going on between them? As you were the only one with her at the time, you're the only one I can ask.
Yeah, it really threw me for a sec when you said Himiko's father. But when you think about it, it's only natural that Himiko has a father, right? Not everyone's like me, thawed out of an ice block.
Years ago, the Phantom Moon Games of that year came to be remembered as the Blood-Stained Games. So many parents lost their children. So many people lost those dearest to them. One of the victims was my very own daughter. Upon my return, I stood before the grave where she was laid to rest. Her name was Himiko. So, this lady who bears her name, who exactly are you?
15 years ago, when I made up my mind to join this Phantom Moon Games, my father wasn't with me. Even as I fought for my life against the Herald of Death, my father was still off somewhere, wandering the cosmos. Strictly speaking, ever since I can remember, his presence in my life has been as thin as the air in space. So, I would ask you, who bears his name, who exactly are you?
Well. Look at you. What are you getting so worked up over? Just a joke. A joke. It's been 15 years after all. And you've grown into such a fine young lady. How could you expect your old man to recognize you right off the bat? So, what's with that gravestone I saw with your name on it then?
When you don't know if you'll live to see tomorrow, there's nothing strange about getting your affairs in order in advance, is there, Mr. Ryusuke?
Wait, so I'm confused. Is she alive? Is she not alive?
Mr. Ryusuke? How could you be so formal with your own father? At least call me Dad like you used to, okay? Hold it. And you are... Don't tell me. Himiko, is this your child?
In a manner of speaking.
Oh, could you please stop making things worse?
I haven't seen you in 15 years, and now I'm a grandfather. Wait. Who's the father?
That's enough! You are looking at my colleague, a new generation of Trailblazer, my friend and my companion on the Astral Express. Do you understand now, Father?
You hear that? She called me
This is
father.
elation.
Hello there, my friend. Sorry about that. I thought you were Himiko's son for a second there.
Again, I am, for a manner of speaking.
Sorry. I'm just getting on in years. Whenever I see a youngster like you, I can't help but think my grandson would be about your age by now. I'm a painter. Most of my work involves traveling to different segmenta to complete commissions for my clients. Himeko. I know I've let too many chances to spend time with you slip away.
Just slip away? The first time we met was at Mother's funeral, when I was already 6 years old. Let's put that aside for now. Were you also too busy with work when I was suffering from a weathering curse?
Weathering curse?
You might not believe me, but I've been running around for your sake all this time. All these years, I've been trapped in this room that represents the past that I imaginated. And I've never left it.
You didn't know about me becoming the Express's navigator either?
15 years. The Express never stopped here once. You didn't even leave behind so much as a single word to indicate you were still alive. And the Department of Aberration Defense completely sealed off all records of what happened during those Phantom Moon games.
Oh my.
I did hear many rumors about the Astral Express, though. I even saw the navigator's name. At first, I thought it was just someone else with the same name. And even when curiosity drove me to look up your picture, I still didn't dare believe that the woman so full of poise and grace was my daughter. She'd grown up safe, becoming a living legend in her own right. I thought about contacting the Express, but what if their navigator was just someone who happened to share the same name? I've been clinging to an absurd notion that if I never sought the answer, there was still a 50-50 chance my daughter was still alive. But if I found the answer, and it was no, then she would truly be dead. So, Himeko, how did you...
I'd rather not tarry here too long. I'll be taking my leave now, Dean. The Express has defeated the supplicant that occupied this school and prevented another tragedy like the one 15 years ago. Now it's time for you to fulfill the duties you failed in back then.
Wow, Himeko's being cold.
Go comfort those students. And see if you can't figure out how to deal with the media bombardment while you're at it.
Fair to my duties. So, still mad at me? Can we talk?
Sure. Well, what though?
Sorry, kid. This might be a bit abrupt, but... Has Himeko ever mentioned her surname to you?
I don't think so. She rarely ever talks about herself.
The failure of a father. It broke her heart. What exactly happened 15 years ago? Can't believe it. She actually survived the weathering curse.
Yeah, whatever that is. Weathering curse? What's that?
Have you heard the tale of the legendary painter Graphia, who hid everything on this planet's surface within a scroll?
Yes. I do remember that.
It is said that to achieve such a monumental feat, she made a forbidden exchange, sacrificing both her own life and that of her descendants, resulting in the Weathering curse. Few descendants carrying the Graphia bloodline have lived past 30. Most of them wither like flowers while they're still young, skin cracking and peeling like dried paint.
Oh.
Himiko was no exception. She was tormented by the curse for years.
But you appear to be super healthy.
Just a useless son-in-law who married into the family. Strictly speaking, I can't really be considered a Graphia descendant.
Gotcha.
You're right. I just didn't realize it quickly enough. How she got through it, how she survived, none of that's important. What matters is that my daughter is back. That's all I need. If I may ask a small favor, would you mind showing me where my daughter works? I want to make up for all the care I failed to give her all those years. I want to get to know my daughter better.
Truly a memorable father-daughter reunion. Brings up some memories of my own home as well.
There goes Mr. Yang with that knowing look again. Just what kind of parent-child relationship are we talking about anyway?
When I was a child, my parents were also always busy with work and were unable to spare a moment for me. As a child, I couldn't help but feel resentful. It wasn't until I became a father myself that I understood how they felt when they were forced to sacrifice the time we could have spent together.
So, did you already promise to give Mr. Ryusuke a tour of the Express?
You bet I did.
I thought as much. After all, it's Himiko's dad. So, where is he?
Ah, everyone's here. Sorry to keep you all waiting. I'm truly grateful to all of you for looking after my daughter.
Not at all. She's the one who's been taking care of us.
Would you all be so kind as to show me around?
So says the dad of the group. Right this way, Mr. Ryosuke.
So, this is the Astral Express. Really lives up to its reputation. It's even more impressive than I imagined. As to be expected, of course, huh? It's the place where my daughter works. By the way, what's the pay like for a navigator? Does a position come with insurance and an annual bonus?
I have no idea.
Talk about parental love. First thing out of his mouth is asking about her salary. Like I'd have a clue. Help! A little backup here?
We don't really have income.
Hey, that's not totally true. We get some spending money every time we stop somewhere.
What? No income? Don't tell me that everyone working for the Astral Express is actually doing volunteer work.
Basically. Celestial volunteer work.
I mean, I guess you could say that. But actually, it's more like... I'm butchering the explanation. Anyway, it's nothing like what you're thinking.
Mr. Ryusuke, please rest assured. None of the Express crew ever lack for money. We not only receive support from members of the Genius Society, but also from prosperous commercial worlds, such as the Planet of Festivities.
Ah, good, good. Hearing you say that is a huge relief, Mr. Yang. Speaking of which, what kind of work does being a navigator generally entail?
Don't you underestimate Himeko either. Her daily duties include, charting navigation routes, calibrating warp jumps, and technical maintenance. Not to mention she's always guiding the Nameless on missions.
Oh, my daughter is really something else, isn't she?
Of course! Every time we return safely from a trailblazing expedition, it's all thanks to Himeko's guidance and protection. She's the backbone of the Astral Express.
Where's your respect for our conductor?
Hey, come on! You're just trying to stir up trouble.
You have no proof.
If Himeko's the backbone of the Express, then our conductor is the absolute cutest and hardest working of all. Right, Pom Pom?
Oh? We got a new passenger?
Temporary, but yes.
This gentleman does look kind of familiar. No wonder he felt so familiar. How are you, Mr. Ryusuke?
Wait, they know each other?
Conductor? Oh. So you must be my daughter's superior, huh? Well, thank you for taking such good care of her all this time.
Superior? That's way too formal. It's Himeko who's been taking care of the Express and everyone on it.
He's... What is he doing on the Express?
It's all my fault. I was just curious about your daily work, so I asked your colleagues to show me around, and I know I didn't ask your permission first. Just please don't be mad, Himeko.
Mad? Why would I be mad? Mr. Ryusuke, welcome aboard the Astral Express. Is there anything else you'd like to see? I can show you around.
Why does she have that smile?
I know you'd rather keep your distance from your good-for-nothing father. You're on a journey, and it's rude of me to barge in like this. But it's been way too long since we last saw each other. As your father, I want to get to know you better. Make up for all the time we've lost. At least while you're staying here, please allow me to show you some of the fatherly care and devotion I owe you. Will you?
go to the party car. Shush, get the drinks ready.
Shush. Huh. All right. I'll go make some tea.
No, we're not telling you to shush. Shush is the bartender.
That's just our domestic robot's name. Come on, Father. People are resting here. Let's not disturb them. Oh, and, come with us.
Couldn't I leave you alone?
I want to talk about the Phantom Moon games, not just personal matters.
Okay, yeah, sure, I can tag along with this.
They left. Whoa. That's the first time I've seen Himeko be that cold to anyone.
When it comes to breaking the icy silence between a father and daughter, nothing's better than a cup of hot water. The person who drinks it will yelp, "Hot!" and be immediately met with a concerned, "How could you be so careless?" from the other party. And just like that, the conversation starts flowing. Friendly reminder, that is not a joke, but a practical ice-breaking tip.
That does seem like pretty good advice.
Your robot is hilarious. I'm surprised how relaxing and comfy the work environment is here.
Got it. I'll make myself scarce.
Being a nameless is neither relaxing nor comfy. Most of the time, we are facing down Void Rangers from the Antimatter Legion, bugs left by the Swarm disaster, Borisin, and various organizations that are suspicious of the Express or have malicious intentions for us.
That dangerous? Huh. Maybe this trip home is a great chance to quit your job, huh? Talk about coincidence. Just so happens I'm getting on in years. And Graphia Academy is in need of a new dean.
You know that's not what I meant. Once I've set my mind on something, I never look back. Ever since I was 6, when you told me those stories about traveling through the cosmos, I knew that someday I would walk among the stars.
Actually, I was just kidding. I'm not completely clueless about what the Express and what you do. Oh, right. Once I knew the Express was coming, I even bought that comic series that's based on your adventures.
Oh yeah, Fluffy.
Please,
Yeah,
don't
Fluffy
tell me
across the blue.
Fluffy across the blue. I never thought you'd be into comics.
Hey, sometimes I get
That's right.
sometimes they can surprise
The
you.
protagonist is a baseball bat-wielding raccoon. The character's based on that kid, right?
Yes.
As an artist, you do have a good eye. Come over here.
Ah, we've been caught again.
Thanks for giving us some time alone.
Don't mention it.
Hey, Miko. That's the first time I've seen you smile since I've seen you this time. So, what brought you back home this time? What's the story behind our lucky meeting?
The Fantasy
Like
Moon
I
game.
said before, we're here for the Phantom Moon games.
So, the Phantom Moon games 15 years ago were the reason you were able to overcome the Weathering Curse.
Indeed.
I see. That makes sense. For those of us who haven't experienced the Ionic game firsthand, it's just something from the history books, or even akin to a myth.
But I never imagined that the Ionic game would turn into a blood sacrifice overnight. The Herald of Death was a heartless madman. If I hadn't defeated him then, all of Duomension City would have become his slaughterhouse. During the first few years of my journey, I relived that evening every single night in my dreams. The color of that twilight, painted with blood. So much blood, blended with terror and screams. The victims were twisted like clay into grotesque shapes, like paint tubes that had been snapped, one after the other. And that man, he reveled in the colors splattered everywhere and wanted the whole world to be his canvas.
Horrifying. Please stop dwelling.
Even if I could avenge his victims, in the end, it won't bring them back to life. The entire thing is like a heavy piece of baggage. Only by letting it go can I travel the road ahead more easily.
You did your best, and I'm glad to see you made it back here safe and sound.
I thought I'd never come back. But the times have changed. The conditions to hold the Phantasm Moon Games have been met again. However, to hold 2 games in just 15 years? That in itself is far from normal. Just like 15 years ago, the IPC wants to control everything. However, a game woven by the most fickle of eons is destined to slip through everyone's grasp. I received a report from the Department of Aberration Defense.
Otherwise known
I'm
as
sure
STAT.
you must also have heard. There's been a brutal incident in Dovebrook District. Someone massacred everyone at the headquarters of the Sinwish Syndicate, leaving a signature that only the Herald of Death would use. The Bloody Bloom.
What? The Herald of Death is still alive?
People at the Department of Aberration Defense told me that the Herald of Death was executed after his verdict was passed. Even were he to be resurrected, the rules dictate that the same person cannot become a supplicant twice.
Are you saying we've got a copycat?
That's right. The Herald of
Probably,
Death
yeah.
has a copycat. But what I find even more worrying is that this Phantasm Moon Games has caught the attention of something even more terrifying than the Herald of Death. I believe that whether or not this Herald of Death copycat has a connection to the Phantasm Moon Games, defeating him presents an excellent opportunity for you to demonstrate the resolve of the Nameless to the whole of plain Arcadia.
Just as you did all those years ago.
Exactly. As for you, Dad, have any clients commissioned you lately? It'd be best if you left this world for a while.
May I take that as my daughter showing concern for her dad?
You can take it as a safety advisory from the Astral Express. Also, as he has already become a supplicant and joined the Phantasmoon Games, he will have my full support. I'd like him to temporarily keep the Mask of Elation that has been passed down through our family.
Too late for me to raise any objections at this point, right? Huh. Sounds good. The mask stays with the kid.
Thank you. Would you like another drink?
Ah, got it. Next, it's time to show me the way out, isn't it? Well, I've definitely overstayed my welcome. For most of my life, I couldn't be there for my daughter. And now that I finally have the chance, she wants me to leave. In that case, I'll be on my way.
Did she just offer you another
The
drink?
Graphia family has a number of records about the Phantasmoon Games, passed down through the generations. Come over to the school library later. I'll give them to you.
I'll be there, Dad. I apologize. My father's little tour seems to have made things awkward for everyone on the Express. Let's head to the parlor car and check in on Welt and March. Now that my father's gone, we can all relax a bit.
Just a moment, I want to chat with you. I have an idea regarding the goal of the Phantasmoon Games.
Has Mr. Ryosuke left?
Yes, I told him to head home for now. After all, what is going on with the Phantasmoon Games has nothing to do with him.
Yeah, as you guys can see, I'm yawning
Really sorry,
quite a
everyone,
bit today, so
for bringing my
yeah, I'm gonna
personal
kind of
family
only
matters onto
extremely.
the Express.
Yeah, once we're done with this dialogue, I'm gonna call it.
Not at all. Mr. Ryusuke is your family. And that makes him part of our family too. And the most important thing for family is to be together. So he's welcome to drop by anytime.
Madame Pearl sent a message to the Express just now, inviting our supplicant to a meeting. She'll have a private car waiting for us. Yes. The meeting won't be held in some stuffy, formal reception room. She would like us to visit and tour the headquarters of a company under her name instead.
Oh.
Himiko, you know about Pearlux Corp, right?
Of course. It's the biggest entertainment conglomerate in plain Arcadia.
Entertainment company.
That's right. Pearlux Corp is a titan, dominating the entertainment consumer market, including cartoons, comics, games, toys, and the like. They've cornered half the market.
Oh, so that's where the Pearl in Pearlux comes from. It's a play on her name.
Did Pearl mention what she wanted to talk about?
She didn't say much, but she specifically mentioned wanting to discuss the developments regarding the Phantasmoon Games, and that she could provide us with a bit of help.
Helping her opponents in the Ionic game? Oh, looks like she realizes we are all in the same boat. Perhaps she has also realized that the Phantasmoon Games cannot be artificially manipulated.
We may be able to get a clearer picture of Pearl's intentions after we meet with her.
You know I'm not the best with words, right?
Think about it. You've already crossed paths with key figures from numerous factions, and even built rapport with some. You're already a capable nameless who can more than hold your own. Though she holds a high administrative position on this planet, do not forget, she is also one of the 10 Stonehearts. You've already dealt with Aventurine on numerous occasions,
As well as
so you
Jason
should have
Topaz.
ample experience handling members of the 10 Stonehearts.
Hey, don't worry. If things do get messy, yours truly is here to save the day.
Looks like March wants to visit too.
I'm just trying to look out for him here. Even if things do go sideways, Pearl wouldn't dare get mad at an adorable young lady like me, right?
Probably.
Well then, I'll leave this meeting to you two.
Aren't you coming with us, Himeko?
I'd like to talk with my father. Didn't he say he would hand over the records about the Phantasmoon games from our family history to me? And honestly, isn't this a good chance for you youngsters to handle things independently?
Yeah, you got a point there, I guess.
I understand. In that case, March, and I'll be heading out now.
Oh, score! A private car! So, where are we getting picked up?
You should be familiar with it. It's just under the giant gate next to the Plaza.
Isn't that where we first met Sparxie? Since we're getting chauffeured there, why not just come straight to us? Perfect! I've been wanting to stop by the comic store to grab a copy of Fluffy Across the Blue.
Anyways, I'm gonna cut it there. So, that'll more or less do it for today. If you guys enjoyed this stream, then if you're on the YouTube side of things, then please be sure to comment, like, subscribe, and as always, stay awesome. And if you're one of the lovely people who decided to take time out of your day, afternoon, or evening to come watch the stream live as it is happening, or you're here for the 2 weeks that it's on Twitch before it transferred over, then please be sure to drop a follow, maybe even a subscription if you haven't done so already, so you can get those meters to 100%. And as always, long live the rebellion.